This is another example of good girls finish last. This story is very disheartening. Let us roll the clip and watch.
What I really wish is that for you men to be honest with women from the beginning. I've been battling this for years, crying for years, because I went from a virgin at almost 30 years old to a single mother. And it hurts me because I've been silent for too long. And all I hear people say is they disrespect women and mothers all the time. But they don't never talk about how men lie and deceive women. And they don't even want to be with them. I wish I would just be honest with women before the trauma begins. So I went from a virgin to almost 30 years old to a single mom, to be in trauma, to be in survival mode. That's what obsessed me the most. Like, I was a good girl my whole life, loyal to people that deceive me the most. And that's what messes me up the most. Like, I didn't even have a choice whether or not to be in survival mode. But you men don't care, you just move on to the next. You don't care who you put in survival mode. And y'all not trying to elevate at all. You're not trying to be with any woman. You're not trying to be with the woman that you really want to be with. Because you play games. You all play games for generations to come.
You're still a virgin olive oil. You need to leverage the fact that you are. You need to make men stand on the fact that they've been telling women for years that if you're a virgin olive oil, you're the best thing since sliced bread. You're the most virtuous, most perfect woman on earth. Okay. Well, you need a retirement fund, you need a life insurance policy, you need health insurance, you need cars, and you need a business. Don't give it up until you get that, okay? Otherwise, keep it to yourself. And don't be telling men that you are a virgin olive oil, because a lot of these dudes are busters and they're looking to play a game of who wins and loses. They just want to humble a woman, no matter who she is. And at this point, we can't really tell who's winning, because the models, the wives, the good girls, the bad girls, the ones in between, they're all treated the same. We can't tell what's worth it at this point. We can't tell what men value at this point.
There is no fairy tale with most of these men. There is no fairy tale. These men want smacks. This lady was a virgin. Now she is a single mom living in a hotel. From her life being perfect, she was self-preserved, doing everything she got to do. And these men play these games on women they know with no life experience. Why do men hate hoes? Because hoes know who they are. Hoes know their games. Hoes can see them coming a mile away. These men love you when women are, or they don't go out, they don't know much about dating, because they can play bullshit like this. And I really think it should be a charge for men to do this, because this is ridiculous. Like, women, we gotta wisen up.
I went from a virgin at almost 30 years old to a single mother.
You could never make me feel bad or make me feel some type of way for being a single mom, and this is a great example as to why. Single moms get two reactions. Women give the reaction of, that could never be me, I'm gonna wait till I'm married, I'm gonna stay a virgin until I find the right one. Or your favorite line is that we should have picked better. But there's people who picked better and are in marriages right now, still single mothers inside of their marriage. Or like the story that's going around with the girl who's 29 and has 5 kids under 7, and her husband woke up one day and decided that he don't want her no more. Exactly. And then you have men that like to come at us like we are just so devalued. We need to stay in our lane and get the man that's on our level, because no one's going to want us now that we have 2 kids. No one wants to take care of another man's kids. Baby, let me tell you how false that is. I am in a flourishing relationship, and my man don't even have kids, and still chose me with my 2. And no, it's not no bottom of the barrel last resort man either. Career, perfect credit, loves his mother down bad, and treats me like the queen of the universe that I am. I don't even open up a water bottle on my own, okay? And still chooses to step up for mine when he doesn't have to. And no, I'm not trying to normalize being a single mom or recommending anybody to go out there and start popping it so they can be in the single mother community, because I do not recommend this for anybody. The point is, no one wakes up and chooses to be a single mother. It happens to you whether you like it or not. There's literally nothing you can do to avoid it, change it, or escape it, whether that's get married, stay a virgin, choose better. Listen, like I said, you could never make me feel some type of way about it. It's my life, it happened, it is what it is. Are you gonna come raise these kids? Then shut the fuck up. How about that?
I've been battling this for years, crying for years, because I went from a virgin at almost 30 years old to a single mother. But they don't never talk about how men lie and deceive women.
In my opinion, a woman who thinks her biggest value is her coochie and gives it to every man, and a woman who thinks her biggest value is her coochie and gives it to no man are the same woman. Same coin, different side. You are going to learn the hard way that men do not care. A man will still dog you out, treat you like garbage, and leave you as a single mother struggling like he would at 304. Ladies, you will never be rewarded for being a good girl. The only thing you get at the end of saving yourself for a man is a man's acknowledgement, and a man is not a prize. A man will not love you more, treat you better, not cheat on you, or be a better husband just because you held out on dating and experiencing intimacy with men before him. And if we're being honest here, I feel like there are certain types of men that look for women like that. Women who are religiously male-centered, women who feel like they are better than the next woman because she has not slept with men, and women who are inexperienced and can be easily manipulated. Now, I'm not saying that as a woman you need to be giving your goods to every man that you date. Far from that. But we need to acknowledge that men, society, and religion do not want the best for women. So stop giving them so much power on what you should be doing with your own body.
30-year-old virgin to single mother is crazy as hell. Like, the timeline is crazy as hell, I know. But to wait your entire 20s and get to your 30s and decide to finally give it up, and the first man you give it up to turns you into a single mother, a baby mama who says she is in survival mode. Nah, that's crazy. How does something like that even happen? I need more details. I need more context, but I'm sure it's coming. All right, so this black woman looked traumatized, y'all. She got a blank stare, staring at the screen, mug on her face, bun to the back, looking tired, wore out, stressed out, and just at her wit's end. But this is why I say there's no glory in being a good girl. Like, waiting all that time to turn around and ultimately get played to the left. This is why a lot of so-called good girls have a high level of trauma. When you're a no good, lying, narcissistic, downright bad girl, 304 or whatever, like, those women, they mental health be a little bit better. I know you're probably like, how, what, where? Like, they mental health when it comes to men. I'm going to be specific. When it comes to dealing with the opposite sex, they already know a lot about how these men are going to operate. They've seen the dark sides of men. They've moved through enough men to know how 80% of them are going to pretty much act the same, and like there's a small percentage of men that are actually going to be exceptional good men, and they don't come that often, and only so many women get those men. And so for everybody else, you're either going to consistently get played and let it drag you to the bottom and have you feeling like how she feel, overwhelmed, played, disgusted, like she just cannot handle what is obviously happening to her. And even though she wants to feel so special and so unique, that story has happened to so many women out here, and they still have to pick that shit up and keep it moving and take care of their child. I know she's feeling down and out right now, and so many people want to feel sorry for her, but really it's time for her to go ahead and just accept the reality of what has happened with this man and get herself together, get her shit together, get her bag together, and take care of her child and just move on, because there's more men out here, boo. More men.
From a 30-year-old virgin to a single mom who is struggling, this is what has happened to so many women. She's not the first. There are so many other women who haven't come out to share their story, but this is where they found themselves. This is an example of a woman who did everything right and still ended up getting played and still ended up getting left, used, and abandoned. This is a woman who did everything right and she still ended up being a single mother. We always hear men come online and say things like they don't want a woman who is randful. But the question I want to ask these men is, who made these women like this? The women who you're calling ran through, who made these women like this? She did everything the right way and she still lost. If you want to be a good woman, be a good woman for yourself. Don't be a good woman for a man. Don't be a good woman because you're thinking it's going to keep a man. Being a good woman doesn't keep a man. You can do everything right and still end up losing and still end up getting played. There is no VIP section in the patriarchy. There is no VIP section. We will all get treated the same way by these men. There is no dream fantasy with these men. Saving yourself or being a virgin or staying celibate, do it because you want to do it. Do it for yourself, not because of a man. You're not saving yourself for men. Remove this idea that you're saving yourself because of a man, or you're saving yourself, or you're keeping your virginity because that is the only way you're going to get married, or that is the only way you're going to be accepted or picked or chosen by these men. These men don't care. They will sleep with anything. Being a virgin doesn't give you an applause from these men. Do it because that is what makes you happy. Do it because that is what keeps you fulfilled, not because you want some kind of approval or an applause from these men, because they won't do it. A lot of the women who lost their virginities thought they lost their virginities to men who they were expecting these men to treat them the best. They thought these men were going to spoil them, treat them like a queen for giving their virginity to them. But at the end of the day, these men still treated these women like trash. Every woman who lost her virginity was once a virgin who gave it to a man who she thought was going to approve her, accept her, love her, choose her, cherish her, and treat her like a queen. But this man ended up sleeping with her and treating her like trash. Most of these men, they will say they want a virgin. Do you know why? Because they want a woman who is naive. It feeds their ego to know they are the first man to sleep with you. That is the only reason why they want to sleep with virgins. And the fact that a woman who is a virgin doesn't have anything to compare with. She cannot compare him to another man because he is the only man she's been with. So that feeds his ego to know that he doesn't have competition. And this puts him in a position to easily control you, manipulate you, and have full power over you. This lady in this video considered herself to be a good woman, but see where it ended up getting her. This is another edition of Good Girls Finish Last. This man saw her value. He saw how she put herself on a pedestal and he decided to tear her down. He saw that she was everything and he decided to tear her down. If you look at her, she is extremely heartbroken because she thought she did everything right and she still ended up losing. This is what has happened to so many women. There are a lot of women who have done everything right. Women who have been good women, who have put in everything to make their marriages, their relationship work. Women who were good from the beginning, who were perfect, but they still ended up losing. They still ended up getting played. Being a virgin doesn't keep a man. Being a good woman doesn't even keep a man. This is what I want you to know. Because if being a good woman is what kept a man, there will be so many good women who would still be with their exes today, their ex-husbands and their ex-boyfriends. There are so many women who started off like her. There are so many women who thought keeping themselves was going to get them the type of man who was going to worship them, worship the ground they walked on. So many women who were naive just like her, thinking that being a virgin is what is going to get you the man that you deserve. Clicking all the boxes that men consider to be what a high-value woman is what is going to get them the perfect man. But at the end of the day, they still ended up getting played. And there is a man who will come in the comment section and say things like she should have chosen better, or there was something she did wrong, that is why the man left her, or she picked wrong, or she should have chosen better. But the question I have for these men is, who is the better? Because there seems to be no other man who is better. There seems to be no better men. What we seem to have is manipulators, gaslighters, narcissists, predators, users, men who just want to take advantage of women. Some women are wise enough to realize this early on, that all of these things that men say they want out of a woman is just talk. It is just talk. Men will sleep with anything. Men will date anything. Men will be with anything. So long as they are getting sex, they don't care. On several occasions, we've heard men say things like they don't want a girl who is ran through or a girl who has slept with everybody. But I want to ask this question, who did these women sleep with? The same women you're calling ran through, did these women sleep with themselves? They slept with men who they were in relationships with, men who promised to love them and cherish them and value them. They gave themselves to these men thinking that these men were in love with them, but these men ended up playing them. And then you, a woman, you're dating a guy thinking he's in love with you. This guy is just sleeping with you, using you, playing you for a fool, and the minute he leaves, he goes and calls you ran through because he was able to sleep with you. This is what has happened to so many women. We get nothing but pain, humiliation, and disappointment dealing with men. Even the women who get married, they still get disappointed in their marital homes. They get disappointed by their husbands, by the men they got married to, but they just don't come out to talk about it. They will stay in those marriages, stay in those relationships, enduring because they want to keep a man. What was the point of waiting if it isn't to get married? But at the end of the day, she waited and ended up realizing that a ring doesn't stop a man from cheating. A ring doesn't stop a man from leaving. You being a virgin doesn't stop a man from cheating. You being a virgin doesn't stop a man from leaving. You being a virgin doesn't even stop a man from treating you badly. There are these men who will treat you like shit, even though they are the same men you gave your virginity to. Being a virgin doesn't change anything. How many virgins are there who gave their virginities to men who till today they are still regretting why they slept with these men? Because these men didn't deserve them. These men didn't cherish them. These men didn't value them. But they thought if I could give it to this guy, he's going to value me. But he ended up treating me like shit. He ended up treating me like shit. The good girl always ends up losing. A guy will leave a girl who is a good woman, who was a virgin, and he will end up cheating on her or leaving her for a girl who is a hoe. A man will leave a good woman for a hoe. This is what I want you guys to know. Look at what happened to Derrick Jackson and his wife. The girl he left his wife for, she's pregnant for another man, allegedly. Yes, there is no payment being a good woman. The only thing you get out of it is you get played, you get used, you get taken advantage of, you get manipulated. She didn't expect her life to turn out like this. She didn't expect that the man she was going to give her virginity to was going to leave her struggling, staying in a hotel room with his kids. This is what turns a good girl into a bad girl. This is what makes a good woman to get into her villain era, because she realized that being good got her nothing. She realized that being good got her nothing but humiliation, disrespect, lies, cheating, manipulation, getting taken advantage of. She's going to find it hard trusting a man again. She's going to find it hard being this version of herself again. A lot of us have lost faith in men because we ended up realizing that so many of them are not good people. And the few men who are even good, most of them are performative. You don't even know if they are really good men or they are performing. They are putting up an act. Anyways, guys, you all need to be careful. I'm going to leave this video here. What do you guys think in the comment section? The only thing I'm going to say is I wish her healing. This is not the end of her life. She should pick up the broken pieces, move on. At this point, she needs to decenter men, build her life, focus on herself, focus on building her life, making more money, taking care of her kids, and just being a better version of herself. Right now, forget about men. Forget about them totally. Focus on what really matters, your money and your kids, period. Anyways, guys, drop your thoughts in the comment section, share your experiences. I'm dying to see them. What do you guys think about this video? Share it in the comment section, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.